not enough. Let's make it a week. And then Chinatown week came out of that. I was very, and still am very happy with Chinatown because the response to it was really amazing. And next year is going to be bigger and better and performances and all kinds of stuff next year. Okay. I had been broadcasting the radio program, Chinese themed, about my experiences in China from Chinatown Radio just down here, a few doors on that side, for almost a year. Then I found out that actually Chinatown Radio is not only in London, also this laundry was right in Chinatown. I was perplexed. I didn't know. I thought, what's going on? Why did nobody tell me? Why hadn't I known? So that then sparked an idea quite spontaneously for the next program, radio program, which then was called The Chinese Community of Nelson as Was, and How Did It Get Here? Who knew? So I did research in several places, and one place I went to was this component, this very human component, has been ignored for too long. So this is the beginning, it is not the end. Much work needs to be done yet. Much work. Now what I need to do is, I need to thank some people. This is kind of like the Oscars, you know, when they pull out the list, and they only have so much time. So the first person I want to thank is Bill Woyken. Bill Woyken planted the seed which has grown into this rock. That was a start with Bill Woyken. Then the next one is, of course, the Chinese community, and particularly Cameron Ma. They've been incredibly helpful, and they've done whatever I needed to have done, they did, which was really great. Then the next one is Stephanie Fisher. Now Stephanie Fisher is that fuchsia woman over there. I did not really know my way around City Hall. And at some point I realized that on the inside City Hall is a lot larger than it is on the outside. And Stephanie kind of held my hand through some situations there, which I really, really appreciate. Then the next one is Tom Cherry. Tom Cherry, I don't see Tom Cherry. Now, Tom Cherry donated this rock, and he did not need any prodding. The idea was brought to him, and he said, yes, of course. So Tom Cherry donated this rock down there. It comes from Tom Cherry's rock farm up there in Rosemont. It's a homegrown rock. Okay, that's Tom Cherry. Local rock, very local. Then the next one is Karen McDonald of Public Works and Parks. Karen is just an amazing woman. She was so sensitive, she was so creative, she was so on time, she was so reliable. She got the job done in no time at all. But all the way through, I felt that with her, this whole project was in really good hands. So I really, really, really appreciate Karen McDonald's work tremendously in connection with this. Crumpling it up, but I'm getting to the end. And then there's Alice Ma. Where's Alice? Alice over there. Alice has been playing music for us here today. Thank you, Alice. On the gudong.
Thank you.
And Alice will play a little more when Cameron is going to do a little woo-woo in a moment. Then, of course, I have to thank the Columbia Basin Trust and the City of Nelson, because those two organizations paid for it. Very important. So that is all I really have to say. Now I would like Mayor Dooley to say a few words and then dedicate the rock. And by pulling that there, we will unveil it and everybody will go ooh-ah. But there will not be any champagne, I must say. After that, Cameron will do a little ritual and Alice will play a little music. As far as that, and then after that, I guess we will have some photo ops, and then everybody will go home except the rock is staying. The rock is staying. Thank you.
Thanks. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for coming out today.
we just got a good idea of the number of people that were part of making this particular event happen, and the number of people that thought it was very important for us to recognize the contribution of the Chinese immigrants to Canada that made such a significant contribution to our country as a whole. And I just want to give you one of my experiences, and for what it's worth. When I first came to Canada as an immigrant in 1967, I worked for 3 years in the mines on the Queen Charlotte Islands. And in working in those mines, the Chinese people were the people that looked after our camp and all of the food necessities in the mines. It was kind of ironic. They didn't work in the mine as such, but they were people that looked after us on a daily basis, taking care of our food and housing. And it's important for us as a community to recognize the contribution of all our immigrants, and in particular our Chinese people that have come to our community. And this event today that was stimulated by a conversation, as you heard earlier, has made me realize that this rock will honour that this area of town that was at one time known as Chinatown. It's important for us as a community to be able to recognise those contributions. And we as a city played a small role in this event. Cam, who's a good friend of mine, I want to thank him for his contribution, Klaus, for your leadership in trying to make this happen. It took over a year to get there. Councillor MacDonald, who's here today, thanks Donna for coming. All of our council were very enthusiastic about this idea, and I'm really glad for that. And many of the young people that are here today are now getting some idea of what their heritage is about and where their parents came from and how they helped us build the great city that we all live in and the region that we live in. So thank you very much for coming. I really appreciate it, and I'm extremely honoured to be part of this event. Donna, do you want to be part? Donna, come on up. Come on, leave it up there. Stephanie, come through. All right, that's fine. Oh, yeah. All right, right on.
That passed away. I'd like to thank the City of Council, the City Mayor, and the Council, Columbia Basin, all the people since 2011 that recognized our Chinese people that have been living in this county for a long time. And it's come a long way, and now we've got the stone to memorize everybody who lives in this town. It's a very, very friendly town, and it produced a lot of good people in this country and in this town.
you.